The time has come to finally explain the method behind the madness. Long ago, 2022, we had a dream to buy 100 books for our birthday, but in order to justify that wish, we had to read 100 books. And we did! At that time, that meant we had read every book on our shelves. So we created an organized system, our specialty, for buying. It's a problem. It's really bad. For buying our 100 books so that our shelves remained diverse and interesting. We chose 22 genres and split them between fiction and nonfiction. Then we each chose 2 books in each genre so that we could both get what we wanted, with 12 free picks that could be in any genre. It was magical. Is it overly complicated? Maybe. Is it also satisfying and fun? For us, yes. Since then, we made it a pact not to buy any more books until our next big haul on our birthday in August. Just to really squeeze every bit of that post-haul dopamine high. But we can only buy as much as we read and give away anything below 3 stars. Since then, we've been constantly struggling towards another 100 book birthday haul. And this past year, we didn't even come close. We read 30 books combined. Yeah. Then we had to subtract 8 from our birthday trip because we bought them during the year. So that brings our goal for our day of shopping to 22. And spoilers, it was a weird birthday shopping trip. Probably karmic justice for reading so little. Yeah, we organized just like before. This time we only had space for 1 book in each genre, so we listed a few backups just in case. Firstly, we always check Book Outlet first because it's always fun to save money. They had 2 of our picks, The Night Eaters, which is a graphic novel. I don't know much about this other than it's horror and it involves twin main characters, so I'm already sold. The second is Doppelganger. This is a nonfiction about politics, the internet, and AI, where the author Naomi Klein discovers she has a doppelganger with a similar public persona, but completely opposite political views. It sounds really interesting and topical. When we go shopping for our birthday, we have our set of favorite bookstores, but this year we chose 3 new ones. Our first stop was the Painted Porch in Bastrop, Texas. This place had the perfect aesthetic. Cute storefront, friendly staff, creaky wood floors, tall bookshelves, 2 friendly cats. Literally the quintessential bookstore experience. Except we only found 1 book there. Yeah. A good one, though. It was I Who Have Never Known Men. This cover looks more like an artsy memoir, but it's actually a sci-fi dystopia. It's about this woman who grows up in a cage underground with 39 other women in their escape attempt. I think it's considered a modern classic, so I'm excited to read it. But it was a pretty long, sad drive to our next location. Yeah, all the way back to Austin for First Light Books. Another cute one, also a little cafe. All the cool, rich Austinites were there. This place was busy, and we had high hopes. But we left with 1 book. 1. It was The Peregrine, which is another nonfiction, but this time it's about a man who studies the titular bird, and then, I guess, loses his mind? I don't know. I heard the writing is really good. At this point, we were starting to wonder if we need to get our backup picks for our backup picks, but no, it won't come to that, right? No way! Because next was a staple on our birthday book trips. Bookwomen. They always have something we need, and they did not disappoint. We left with 7 books. First was Hell Followed With Us, a YA. Everyone and their grandma has been recommending this book. I think it will definitely fit on our shelves. Whipping Girl, another nonfiction. This one combines lived experiences with science, and it's considered a really powerful feminist piece for trans and cis women. Next was the Jakarta Method. I've heard this one is about how America has ensured any social systems except for capitalism fails, so that'll be interesting. Gideon the Ninth. It's fantasy, it's queer, I heard the romance is good, so I'm skeptical but excited. Lies and Sorcery. This was an impulse pick for the historical fiction. It's translated from the Italian and hailed as a classic, so it'll be cool to have on our shelf.
The revolution will not be funded. I think this is about how nonprofits don't work, which is concerning. I guess now it is, but I haven't read it yet, so maybe I'll learn more.
Refusing compulsory sexuality. This was, I think, my extra pick. We don't actually have the receipts and things got a little desperate at the end, as you will see. So who knows really what book went with what genre. This next bookstore we wanted to save for last, but it would have been in the opposite direction of the last of the new bookstores we wanted to try. And so with only 9 of the 22 books we wanted to get, we had to go to the Amazon of bookstores in Texas. And that was Book People.
And we had high hopes. This place is massive. 2 stories, shelves everywhere. Last year, we easily spent almost the entire day here and got at least half of the books. If our chosen list wasn't anywhere, it had to be here. Where are they?
Not even the backups!
Get the other backups?
Not even those! What is happening?
We left with 11 books.
It's better, but none of them were our first picks.
It's like crazy thinking about it again, because how our books weren't even obscure or anything.
Yeah.
It was just, oh, they have the second in that series, but not the first. Or, oh, they have everything else by that author, but not that one. Or, no, we sold out, but we can order more. No, we need it now. I need to weigh down my car with the sheer volumes of pages in it. How do you not have them?
Tragic. I can't even describe the feeling. It was so desperate. So here are the backups of the things we just sort of picked for our birthday book haul. Tales from La Vida, a little anthology from so many artists. Definitely needs to be on our shelves.
Crush. Can't give up on poetry without reading any Richard Silken, right?
Penance. This one was confusing because it's about a fictional person trying to solve a true crime, I think, or all the blurbs are really confusing me.
In the Veins of the Drowning. After I added this to the list, I saw that the romance is a little weird with the power dynamics, so I don't know. Hopefully this isn't another strikeout for the romance genre.
Know My Name, a memoir, which is rare for our shelves, another desperate pick, but I think we heard it's good.
On the Road. We've been wanting more classics, and apparently this one's really good. I think it's about a road trip. A swim in the pond in the rain. I am now a committed George Saunders fan, so of course I had to pick this up.
Bellies. It's contemporary and a romance, which are 2 hard genres for us, but again, I'm cautiously optimistic.
Buffalo Hunter. This was our extra pick. I've been in a horror mood, and I heard this was like the movie Sinners, and I love that movie, so high hopes for this one.
The Child Thief, our official horror pick, is Peter Pan. Come on, I'm so excited for this. Peter Pan deserves more horror.
They were her property. A side of history I don't think we've really read about, so this will be good to have. But we made it. Not entirely sure how we were going to find something indigenous or music related, so these also became kind of freebie genres.
Our last stop, the Blackbird Books and Spirits. Now, we knew already that the store was hidden behind a painting. So cool. We did not expect the painting and the building itself to be hidden.
We circled it like 3 times before we finally decided to go into a closed, like no lights on, no people inside, shut down little store, and then behind it, through a dark hallway, finally to the painting. And then into our final destination. Again, it was so cute inside. It's also a little bar in there. There were only 2 other people there, very soft music playing, dimly lit. But what was immediately apparent was that there was not a lot of books.
I think in like 5 separate shelves, most of them with the books facing out so they could take the most space as possible. You know, we scoured those shelves waiting for what we needed to magically appear.
We almost bought Mrs. Obama's memoir. I don't know why.
But we were done driving. We didn't want to go anywhere else. We became desperate.
Finally, we made our choices and left, accepting that this weird day must have been our retribution for such a slow reading year.
Our final purchases were Saga Volume 12. Might as well, we have all the others, and I think this is the newest one.
A Night Full of Stars. This was random, but hey, always open to surprises. And listen, even though nearly all of these weren't our first picks, I'm still very happy with our haul, and I'm really excited to read them.
Yeah, we've still got a good lineup, and we got to visit more cool stores.
Yeah, shout out to all the indie bookstores you mentioned. Don't let our bad luck turn you off from going. They were all so cool. I'd choose them over Amazon every day of the week.
And that concludes our 2025 birthday book haul.
I can already feel that this year is going to be bigger and better.
Yes, it has to be.
Leave a comment of your favorite indie bookstores in Texas, and maybe we'll check them out next.
Thanks for watching!